So initially I'm just writing two words, graphic and designing. Graphic, it's called shape, color, text and images and all. It's a graphics. If you just see these kind of things, so it is a graphic. And if you just manipulate and create any concept and you just illude yourself and you illusion in your mind and create something new with the help of shape, colors and everything, so automatically create any concept. So it is a designing. It's totally about the graphic designing. So two types of graphics are there, raster and vector. Right, I already write down both of the words in my screen. So raster and vector. So any idea about what is raster and what is vector?
No, sir, I don't have any idea about raster, but I have ideas about some vector because I see on vector profile is much using.
Mhm. No issue. I'll just explain you what is difference between the raster and vector. Initially, most of the peoples know about the pixels, right? If you have a phone, if you have a like computer, so you just know about the pixel. If you have just click the images and
Yes.
just zoom it out the images, so you can just see the pixels, right? So a lot of pixels are there in your image. So as we like call the image definitions, once we just have like lot of pixels, number less lot of numbers of pixels and combination of the pixel, it is a image, right? Also we called is a bitmap. Once we just cover working on a bitmap, so it is a raster image. Once we have a pixels, so it is a raster image. And if there is no pixels on an image, so this is a vector form. It's a vector formation,
Okay, sir.
right? We are not calling it as an image, we as a vector formation, vector art, right? So we first thing we have to analyze from the pixels. We have just analyze the vector or not or raster. And the second one is that we can analyze it is a raster or it is a vector. It is for we can judge from the extensions, right? You if you have extensions, so you can just easily analyze it. So the basic extensions will be automatically mentioned over there, ei, eps and everything is mentioned over there for the vector extensions. Also the raster extensions also are there like bitmap, tiff, targa and png, jpg. It's a raster extension, right? So it's a very basic example, and I'm just asking you if do you have any idea about the extensions? Do you have any idea about extensions? What is extensions? No issue. I'll explain you the extension part. So if you're working any software, if you're working any image, if you're working any file, so every each and every file have extension, right? If you're working on image, so there is a extension over there like JPG or PNG. If you're working on a Photoshop file or Illustrator file, so there is extension over there. It's PSD or PNG or like whatever software are you using. So there is these kind of extension will just analyze it. It is a raster software or vector software. So every each and every file have extensions over there, right? So there is a one way to analyze it, and the second way to analyze it like over there is you can say this vector and raster. If you're working on a path, if you're working on a pen tool or another tool, so it is a vector formation. If you're working on these kind of textures, you if you are visible, so that is a raster formation. So a lot of things we can analyze it to raster formation and the vector formation. Also one more images are there you can see this it, once we just zoom it over there, and then I can not able to see the pixels over there. Once I just zoom over there, so a lot of pixels are there. So this is a one more example to show it, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear what is raster and what is vector?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's good. Now I am just going to describe the software's name. What we are covered, what we are just giving some sessions on the which software we providing for the sessions for the graphic designing, right? So initially I am just writing down what is what kind of software we are covering in graphic designing. So first of all, I am just writing down the Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and Corel Draw, right? These four softwares we are covering for the graphic designing. But I am asking why we are going to just put in only the four softwares. In a market, 1,000+ softwares are running for the graphic designing. In a market, lot of softwares. I'm not sure about it. It's 1,000 or it's like 50 or 100. I don't know. But a lot of software in a market for the graphic designing, right? But we are just providing only for software training from our side. Only the Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and Corel. Is there any specific reason? Do you have any idea why we are going only teaching from our side only four softwares? Why are not covering or more another software or only the four softwares?
No, sir, I don't have idea about that.
Okay. No issue. I'll just tell you. So first thing I'll just tell you, these four softwares is a very basic and user friendly softwares, and this is very important software in our industry. In our market, everyone and most of the people are using these kind of software. Most of the companies and most of the multinational companies using these kind of four softwares. This is the very basic and very similar point, and this is very important point also. And the next point is these software tools are very basic and very user friendly. If the tools is very important, and like if I'm just the tools is very layman, like used for the layman part, like everyone know the cut tool, cut for the, like everyone knows is the cut for the using for the cutting part, right?
Yes.
So these are very basic things, right? So that's why we are using these kind of photos. So first of all, I'll just tell you what Photoshop is. A raster graphic software. Vector is Illustrator is a vector graphic software. Also InDesign is a vector graphic, and this is also the vector graphic. So these four software, I'll just mention the name which we are graphics they are working, right? So initially the Photoshop one, it's working on the raster, also on vector, because the Photoshop is a very powerful software to work in both of the things. Initially, if you're working on the updated one, latest one software, so you are working with also Photoshop raster software also and vector software, vector graphics also, right? Now I will open the software, like I'm just opening the software, and in the software a lot of things, lot of techniques are there. So I'm just giving the demonstration how we work and what kind of output we just given from the after Photoshop, right?
Yes, sir.
So initially there is a like a lot of properties are there. Initially I'm just creating some new one and just clicking this button, right? So what is the property and what kind of property we just already used, and how can we just create the paper? So these kind of sessions, these kind of technical details will be covered in the classroom, right? In the Photoshop, I'll just explain you, I just demonstrate you how we can create and what kind of elements we create in a Photoshop, and what kind of create in a Photoshop or Illustrator or InDesign, whatever software we are just providing, right?
Yes, sir.
So first of all, I am just opening a new page, and I am just also pick a image from the computer. So I'll just pick a car from the internet and click this one and just import this car. Right click, copy the image and just paste it out in the Photoshop. So this for car I'll just able to see over there. Just normally copy and paste. I'll just increase the size, increase the value of car. So control, I'll just see this, right? I'll just increase the size of car, right? This is a background layer. I'm just deleting the background layer one. So I'm just giving the demonstrate only, not just providing each and every detail, because this is a very lengthy process. I'm just describing each and every tool, each and every palettes over there. A lot of properties are there, so a lot of things in the Photoshop. So this is the totally depend on class, but I'm just giving the demonstration what we are covering. But how can we like do this in this palette? Like lot of properties are there. You can see this lot of properties in each and every panel, right? And they also each and every tool I'm using, right? Very limited tools to create these kind of elements. So I'll just give him the demonstration. Initially, first of all, I'll just remove these things. So first of all, you just have to analyze it, what we are doing, what I'm doing, sorry. So initially this is the image, and in this image I'm just removing the background. This background I have to remove it, and select this one, just select the eraser one and erase it. Like very easy to remove this background, right? So now I have to download one more image, one background image I have to download, which this car I should place over there. So car is removal, car is done, and I have to download one roadside image, and which this one is good, I think. So this road I have to download over there in my file, and I also use this one also, but its resolution is not good. Yeah, this one is good. So right click, copy this image and paste one, right? Just control T and just scale this property, right? And I have to switch this button, split this both of the layers, because I just want to send this file on my background. Click and drag, so automatically car is on up. Now I have to just scale down of the car, so now just press control T and just reduce the size. Also I want to just flip this car, so I would click and flip horizontal. Now I'll just more decrease the size, right? Now enter. You just need to analyze it and just it is okay. I think this is almost blended over there. For the proportionate things, for the like any other things, you can just see this. Now I have to place match the background color and the same color and the create some shadow over there. So how can we create the shadow? Right now lot of properties, like I just create a shadow over there, see this. So this is a like very uncomfortable and unadjustable shadow. So now I have to create one layer over there, put some color overlays, right, in the black, see this, and control T. I have to just blur it, so we can just easily and just reduce some shadows, right? So car will be coming from here, and I have to apply some another property, like I just apply the color lookup, and there is a lot of color lookups are there. We just change the environment, totally environment. So you can see this one is totally automatically everyone is like merging. It's like looking like original. Like initially I'm just using this, you can see this automatically merge with the background. I have to apply a crop tool also. You can see this. I'll just make the image and you can see this, like this this car is a different and this background is a different, this color is also different. So and you can just create an image in a single file. It's, you can see this, it's like looking like real. So you can just place it out on the character also, red light part also, any other elements also, breakers also. So you can uh, uh, just import these kind of elements and you can just create any something new. So that kind of images we called is a matte paint, right? We called is a matte paint or compositing also. So if you are just creating something new, so that called it's a compositing part, right, with the help of images, with the help of any other elements. So is there any doubt regarding the technical doubts or something else? Because the technical part it's a very difficult thing, not for the like layman part, but we are just giving some demonstration part, how can we like working over there, and it is like not hard working and something. So it is very totally smart work and technical work. So is there any technical questions, is there any doubts, is there any questions regarding any technical questions regarding any your professional questions?
नो सर, अभी तो मुझे उतना कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा, शायद बिगनिंग से मुझे होगा तो शायद समझ में आए.
दैट्स राइट. इन अ डेमो सेशन मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. डेमो सेशन के अंदर होता क्या है, बेसिकली हम चीज़ों को बना के दिखाते हैं कि हम इस लेवल तक का काम कर सकते हैं या ये चीज़ हम बना सकते हैं. हमारा डेमो सेशन के अंदर अगर हम पढ़ाने जाएंगे सारी चीज़ों को एक करके मैं बताऊंगा आपको, ये मैंने यहाँ से इंपोर्ट कराया है, ये फाइल ये होती है. सो इट इज़ अ क्लास. मैं आप ये यहाँ तक पहुँचने के लिए मेरे को 4 से 5 क्लास चाहिए. लेकिन अगर मैं आपको खाली वो एक ही क्लास में पहली सारी चीज़ें समझा दूंगा तो आपके समझ में भी कुछ नहीं आएगा और वो चीज़ें क्लियर भी नहीं होंगी. तो इन डेमोस्ट्रेशन थ्योरेटिकल पार्ट जो रहता है हमारा समझ में आता चाहिए कि हमने क्या बोला, लीन्स क्या क्या थ्योरी पढ़ी है, ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग क्या होती है, वेक्टर क्या होता है, रास्टर क्या होता है, पेज क्या होता है, फोटोशॉप क्या होता है, दैट्स इट। इन द प्रैक्टिकल वन हम चीजों को देख रहे हैं कि वो चीज कैसे बन रही है। आपने देखा होगा, आपको बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा होगा देखते टाइम पे, यार ये फटाफट कैसे हो गया एकदम से, हम भी ये
यस
करना
सर।
चाहते हैं, राइट? हमें भी इंटरेस्ट आना चाहिए। आप लोगों को लगता होगा सामने बैठ के कि हाँ मेरे को इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है, ये मेरे को करना है। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इन अ डेमोस्ट्रेशन आप वो कर सकते हो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज दिस इज अ टोटली प्रैक्टिस, डिपेंड ऑन योर प्रैक्टिस। मेरे को प्रैक्टिस है, मैं रेगुलर बेसिस पे वो चीज कर रहा हूँ, तो आई हैव अ प्रैक्टिस, ठीक है। सेम इफ यू आर वर्किंग रेगुलरली, इफ यू प्रैक्टिस रेगुलरली, तो डेफिनेटली यू विल डू इट,
यस सर।
राइट? एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस?
नो सर।
एनी अदर टेक्निकल डाउट्स कोई आपको, और कुछ आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स क्वेश्चंस, आउट ऑफ द सिलेबस, इन अ इलस्ट्रेटर, इन अ कोरल ड्रॉ, इन डिजाइन, कि आप इसमें सर इसमें क्या कराओगे, अगर इसमें सारी चीजें हो जाएंगी तो मैं आपको क्लियर कर देता हूँ। फोटोशॉप के अंदर हम फोटोशॉप का आपका इमेजेस, मोस्टली इंपॉर्टेंट इमेजेस वाला पार्ट रहता है। रेस्ट ऑफ द में हमारे इलस्ट्रेटर, इन डिजाइन, कोरल ड्रॉ में रहते हैं। जैसे लोगो डिजाइनिंग हो गया, वेक्टर डिजाइनिंग हो गया, इमेज डिजाइनिंग हो गया, वेक्टर आर्ट हो गया, लेटर हेड हो गया, डिजाइन हो गया, विजिटिंग कार्ड हो गया, लेटर हेड हो गया, ब्रोशर हो गया, कैटलॉग हो गया, बैनर हो गया, पोस्टर हो गया, ठीक है, फ्लेयर्स हो गए। ये सारी चीजें हम किसमें डिजाइन करेंगे? रेस्ट ऑफ द सॉफ्टवेयर। करने को आप फोटोशॉप में भी कर सकते हो, वो आपकी चॉइस है, लेकिन जो उसके लिए डेडिकेटेड चीज बनी है वो उसके लिए हम इलस्ट्रेटर, कोरल ड्रॉ, ये सब चीजें हमारे बने हैं, इनमें आप कर सकते हो। बाकी बुक डिजाइनिंग, मैगजीन डिजाइनिंग, न्यूज़पेपर डिजाइनिंग आप हमारा इन डिजाइन में अच्छे से कर सकते हो।
सर ये जो ईमेल जो होते हैं, जो जो डिजाइन ईमेल सेंड करते हैं, जैसे बहुत सारे जो ई कॉमर्स कंपनी आजकल यूज करते हैं, वो किस में बनते हैं?
किस टाइप के ईमेल डिजाइन
जैसे
बता रहे हैं मुझे?
सर एक सॉफ्टक्लूज वेबसाइट है,
शॉपक्लूज है।
अभी भी उतना पर चल नहीं रहा, बट वो उसका ईमेल में देखता हूँ आता है, तो वो काफी अच्छा डिजाइन रहता है।
देखिए उसके अंदर जो ईमेल के अंदर के जो ग्राफिक्स कंटेंट होते हैं वो डिपेंड, ऐसा कुछ फिक्स नहीं होता कि मैं उसको फोटोशॉप में बनाऊंगा कि इलस्ट्रेटर में बनाऊंगा। देखिए अगर पूरा ग्राफिक है तो ऑब्वियसली आप उसको इलस्ट्रेटर और कोरल में बनाना पसंद करोगे, लेकिन उसमें अगर इमेजेस का काम ज्यादा है तो आप उसको ऑब्वियसली फोटोशॉप में बनाना पसंद करोगे। देखिए ऐसा नहीं होता कि इलस्ट्रेटर में खाली इलस्ट्रेटर का ही काम होगा या वेक्टर ग्राफिक का ही काम होगा, उसमें इमेजेस का काम भी कर सकते हो। कोई भी चीज को डेवलप करने के लिए दोनों चीज को क्लब करके इंपॉर्टेंट है बनाना। तो फोटोशॉप भी कैपेबिलिटी रखता है, इलस्ट्रेटर भी रखता है, बाकी सारे सॉफ्टवेयर भी कैपेबिलिटी रखते हैं। ऐसा नहीं है मैंने अगर उसका आगे वेक्टर लिख दिया तो सिर्फ वो वेक्टर पे ही काम करेगा, और रास्टर लिख दो सिर्फ रास्टर पे काम करेगा। So there is a capabilities, there is a options over there. You can just use the both of the graphics in a single software.
ओके सर।
Okay. Any other doubt?
नो सर।
Any other questions?
नो सर।
Okay. So ये जो भी हमने रिकॉर्ड किया सेशन, आपका इसका यूट्यूब लिंक आपको मिल जाएगा, ये जो मैंने लिखा है डेटा ये आपको मिल जाएगा। ओके और आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप मुझसे पुटअप कर सकते हो।
सर क्लास जो स्टार्ट होगा आप ही लेंगे या फिर कोई और रहेंगे?
देखिए इनिशियली स्टार्टिंग मैं लूंगा, ऐसा नहीं है, जैसे मैं भी सॉफ्टवेयर पढ़ाता हूँ, ठीक है, और भी ट्रेनर्स हैं जो सॉफ्टवेयर पढ़ाते हैं, तो बैच टाइमिंग के अकॉर्डिंग जो चीज़ चलेगी, कोई हो सकता है मेरे टाइम उस टाइम, आपका जो टाइम आपने दिया है उस टाइम हो सकता है मैं अवेलेबल ना हूँ, और जो टाइम मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ उस टाइम आप अवेलेबल हो, तो दैट टाइम विल अरेंज अ न्यू ट्रेनर। हमारे पास ऑलरेडी ट्रेनर्स यहाँ इन हाउस अवेलेबल है, ठीक है। सो वो एज पर आपकी टाइमिंग पे डिपेंड करता है। अभी मेरा ऑलरेडी फोटोशॉप का बैच स्टार्ट हुआ है मॉर्निंग में 10 बजे।
आज से सर या फिर पहले से?
आज ही स्टार्ट हुआ, फर्स्ट क्लास थी मेरी, और फर्स्ट क्लास में मैंने सिर्फ थ्योरी वाला पार्ट कवर किया है, तो इट्स ऑलमोस्ट बिल्कुल बिगनिंग।
सर वो डेली है या फिर वो भी सिर्फ थर्सडे तक है?
मंडे टू थर्सडे।
ओके सर। सो आज बैच थी तो ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, एक बार डिस्कस कर लीजिएगा मोनिका से, मैं मोनिका को बोल दूंगा सुबह 10 वाले बैच के लिए इंटरेस्टेड, अगर आप इंटरेस्टेड हो तो आप बोल दीजिएगा, मैं उनको बोल दूंगा, ठीक है।
हाँ जी सर।